Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti namine Namah Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktavinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktavinda Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktavinda Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Go! Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Kishore, Kishori, Jaya Kishore, Kishori, Jaya Kishore, Kishori, Jaya Kishore, Kishori. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Shri Srimad His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Shrota Shrota Shri Srimad His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपा गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Ladadaine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Yato yato yami tato Narasimha. Bahir Narasimha, Hirdaye Narasimha. Narasimha Badhim Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamala Varenakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringam Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. नरसिम्हादेव भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for coming this evening to the home of Sri Sri Kishore Kishori for our weekly Sunday feast program. A few quick announcements before we continue on with the keynote section of tonight's program. First of all, tonight's Sunday feast is sponsored by Mahesh Sonar and family. So thank you very much. Haribol. And if you haven't done so already, there's a small gift for you in the lobby, so please see the guest services table in the lobby. Also, upcoming festival alert, Wednesday, March 20th, we will be celebrating Gora Purnima. That's the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So on the altar, Krishna himself appearing as the ideal devotee, inaugurating this formal Sankirtan movement. So we're also sometimes referred to as the Hare Krishna movement, so we can look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the one who established it all. So that's Wednesday, March 20th, Gora Purnima from 5 to 8 p.m. For more details, there are some posters already up, as well as a table in the lobby where you can learn more or learn about sponsorship opportunities or volunteering opportunities. Also, in honor of the festival, the books team is promoting special sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita for $108. So if you don't already have a set, this is a great opportunity or impetus to get a set in your home. It's a fantastic narrative on the life and pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Also, the Spring Krishna Children's Camp enrollment closes on March 5th. That's this Tuesday. So if you have a child between the ages of 5 and 12, and you are interested in the Spring Krishna's Children's Camp, please see Sri Radhika Mataji. Is she in the temple room right now? No. Okay. Well, if you're not sure who she is and you would like more information on that, please see me and I'm happy to either direct you to her or share her contact information. And also, new arrivals in the gift store, books by Bhakti Raghava Swami, covering topics on Varnashrama Dharma, so the social structure from a Vedic perspective, as well as topics of Vaishnava education. And finally, since today is March 3rd, it's a new month, new hero that we will be focusing on. So the March hero is Lord Shiva. So tonight's talk, led by His Grace Simona Jivan Prabhu, titled Almost God. I think based on putting two and two together, we can figure out who that almost God personality is that we're going to hear about, but if not, you'll find out very soon. So I would like to request a very warm welcome to Yamuna Jivan Prabhu. So he and his family had recently relocated to the Chicago area just over a month ago now, but this will be his inaugural talk in Kishore Kishori Temple. So, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Please come forward. More people will come as the evening progresses, so request to avoid congestion in the back. Please come forward, especially the ladies. Please come forward, claim your space in the prime spot.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So firstly, I'd like to publicly thank all the devotees for very warmly welcoming my family and I. We were just discussing yesterday how pleased we are with having made the transition to Chicago. In so many ways, we feel like this is a place of growth for us, individually and collectively as a family. So, big warm thank you to the Chicago community for welcoming us. So, the topic for today is almost God. And we're talking about this whole year. I believe the theme is Be a Hero. And the hero for this month is Lord Shiva. Just a quick show of hands. Anyone not know who Lord Shiva is? Pretty much everyone. So, what is really inspiring about Lord Shiva is that he and another personality, Sri Guru, are considered to be the most complicated subject matters to comprehend and assimilate for a person on the path of Krishna consciousness. Very deep subject matter. Lord Shiva as a personality is very mysterious, enigmatic. So we'll touch a little bit on that. But specifically the focus of today's discussion is Lord Shiva as a hero, because that's the theme for this year. It is natural tendency for humans to look to some person as a hero or someone to inspire us. 25 years ago, if I was told that I'd be moving to Chicago, I would have been absolutely thrilled. The reason being is Chicago is home to one of the most famous sports club known as the Chicago Bulls. So when I was in 9th grade and 10th grade and 11th grade, we were a lot into basketball. I had a friend who would be compared to Mr. Jordan, Michael Jordan, because he would get every basket in for whatever reason. And because he'd like to, he looked at Michael Jordan, he idealized Michael Jordan. He felt a deep sense of connection with him, that every time he would throw in a basket, he would stick his tongue out. Maybe none of you know, but Michael Jordan used to do that all the time. He used to stick his tongue out. Now, when you stick your tongue out, usually that's not the most complimentary thing to do, and it looks a little juvenile, not so mature, right? But at least people of my age, and whether it was the school I was with or we were against the American International School, whenever people would stick their tongue out, it was kind of cool because they were imitating Michael Jordan, right? So I'm yet to go to a Bulls game here. I believe they cost a lot, but in any case. And so all aspects of our life, we're looking to someone to idolize and be inspired by. How many people here from South India? Okay. So, again, when I was young, some other person that was very greatly idolized as a hero was this person named Rajnikant. So those who may not know, for whatever reason, he didn't have the looks. I'm sure he's a wonderful person, but he wasn't necessarily exceptionally good looking that an actor would be, usually famed for. But he had this thing with the glasses, that he would rub his glasses on his shirt and twist his glasses and put it up, and we all learned how to do it because Rajnikant did it. I don't have my glasses, I have contacts, right? But I could show it to you even today. We're all looking for some hero. Of course, firefighters as well, like the 9/11 situation, they're considered heroes because of their bravery, their chivalry, their ability to give up their life for the purpose of a higher good. I did some research about the etymology of the word hero, meaning where did the word come from? And it's interesting, it comes from a Greek tradition, Greek mythology, that says, with the two meanings, the two traces of the etymology of the word hero. One of them is a literal translation. Hero in heroi or something like that in Greek actually means demigod. That was it perspective. Another meaning of hero is a lady who gave up her life because her lover, who tried to cross a big river to come to her, died. So I don't know how that relates to the hero of today. Even young boys, they look up to superheroes, not just heroes, but superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. Who else is there? Hanuman? It's a good one. Hanuman. There's a Hanuman, but okay, so, but it's not just young boys. I had an ex-colleague who was completely absorbed in the Marvel comic heroes, and he was, what, 35-year-old man. So, what is real heroism? And this is what I'd like to sort of keep as a theme for today's discussion. What does it mean to be a hero? The general term is someone who's courageous, someone who does something exceptional, powerful. The guy who gets the girl is the hero sometimes, right? In the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the questions asked by Uddhava. Uddhava is a great devotee of Krishna. He asked Krishna, what is Shauryam? The word Shauryam means heroism. What is real heroism? Krishna's response is really wonderful. It's only a 3-word response in Sanskrit. And Krishna says, Svabhava Vijaya Shauryam. 3 words. Swabhava means one's own nature. Swa means one's own, and Bhava means personality or consciousness or nature. So Swabhava Vijaya Shauryam. Translated is real heroism, not the superhero kind, but the real heroism is one's ability to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy material nature. I'll say that again. Real heroism is to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy material life. Well, I think that's a little pessimistic. I mean, we'd like to enjoy. Isn't life meant to be enjoyed anyway, right? A little bit of enjoyment at least. And Krishna is saying specifically, it's a natural tendency. We have this natural tendency to enjoy. But there's an issue, because that tendency to enjoy in material life is contrary to one's real nature. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains that the Sanskrit is yayedham dharate jagat, that living entities in this world are trying to exploit material nature. They're trying to make it theirs. They're trying to be controllers and therefore be enjoyers. A little piece even, a little slice of material nature that I can make mine. People are intent on doing so. But then Krishna says, he says that I'm actually the enjoyer. I'm actually meant to be the enjoyer. So whatever one is doing in this world, the ultimate enjoyer is supposed to be Krishna. So it's an issue, because we're fighting against something that's not natural, yet it feels so natural to try to enjoy material life. And you know, if we step back and think about the bodies we have, these bodies, they give us a little bit of pleasure, but boy, do they give us misery. I learned an acronym from His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu that says DIVE. We dive into misery. How so? D-I-V-E. It's nice. It gives a sense of the world that we live in. Think of our eyes, or our nose, or our ears, or our skin. How much can you enjoy, let's say, with the tongue? You have prasadam, or you have some sanctified food, or food in general. How much can you enjoy? How long does that pleasure last? Versus, let's say you get a back pain. How long does that last? Right? So the duration of anything you can enjoy with your body is very minimal, but usually pain can be for a long time. Then the second one, I, is intensity. How intense is the pleasure that we experience with the body, as opposed to how intense is the pain we can experience with the body. And then the next one is variety, V, D-I-V-E, variety. With our tongue, we can only enjoy perhaps tasting. But then, how many varieties of diseases you could have just with your tongue? And then E is the extent. The extent to which the pain impacts us. At least that's how I remember it. So anyway, so point being, and even, but it's not just the Vedic literature, but even people from other traditions, like the Buddhist tradition, they understand that suffering actually comes because of our natural tendency to enjoy material life. So they say klesha comes from desire. Suffering comes from desire, material desire. So from a Buddhist perspective, they say kill desire. Just vanquish it, stab it, kill it. You know, put it in a box and never open it up again. Don't have any desire. But what Krishna explains as real heroism is where you conquer, you go past, you transcend one's natural tendency to enjoy material life. So now let's put that on pause and talk about Lord Shiva a little bit. So Lord Shiva, as I was explaining, he's an extremely enigmatic personality. There are many levels of understanding who Lord Shiva is. He has several functions that he performs in this cosmic creation, and he actually has several abodes that he lives in. There's different houses. Lord Shiva is known as Bhuta Bhavana. He's the Lord of the ghosts, the Bhutas and the Pretas, Sanskrit terms for the not so highly elevated social beings. From a social perspective, they're not so highly elevated. They're ghosts. But he's considered the Lord of them. When you see the form of Lord Shiva, he's not dressed up in some nice garments. He's dressed up in fairly simple leopard skin garments. He's got a garland not of flowers, but a garland of skulls. His body is covered with ash from a crematorium. And that's from the external perspective. In one sense, it looks kind of ghastly. At the same time, today in modern New Age circles, Lord Shiva is actually very popular. I had to give a presentation to a number of New Age folks who were interested in Krishna consciousness a little bit, but their real attraction was for Lord Shiva because of his looks and the tradition that he brings with him of intoxication and a little bit of ganja and drinking. So they look at Lord Shiva as someone like that, enigmatic with a little bit of those kind of fanciful things. Lord Shiva, and this is where the almost God idea comes from. Lord Shiva is, in the Brahma Samhita, he's described as almost Vishnu. Prabhupada explained several times in the Bhagavatam that Lord Shiva is almost Vishnu. Meaning, in the material realm, he has control over everything, actually. And he pervades everything in the material world. In the 9th canto of the Bhagavatam, there's this description of how Lord Shiva pervades the entire material universe. He's that powerful. Everything is connected to God, connected to Krishna. Everything has a oneness relationship with God, at the same time a difference or a separate relationship, a separate existence from God. So it's one and separate. Now we as living entities are considered to be marginal energy. We're one with God in the sense that we're sourced from God, we're the energy of God, yet we're different from God. We have an individual existence, we have an individual identity. Lord Shiva, so on the spectrum of oneness, we're here, and Krishna is here. Lord Shiva is a lot closer. He's also sourced from God. He's connected to God. He has that connection. But he's almost God. It's just a slight transformation that makes him who he is. So the verse describes that you take yogurt, you take milk, and you add a little bit of souring agent, such as acid, what is it? Lemon juice or something, so that the milk separates and now you get yogurt, or the cream separates and you get yogurt. So the difference between yogurt and milk is just the addition of that souring agent. Similarly, the acharyas describe, the great teachers describe, that God or Krishna or Vishnu, with slight contact with material energy, is Lord Shiva. Very close, almost God, but not exactly God. Even greater than Lord Brahma is Lord Shiva. Now, Lord Shiva has amazing personalities. How is he a hero? So I'd like to present 3 ways in how he shows us. So instead of, let's say, Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan or some worldly person as a hero, this is a person we can actually look up to, who shows us how to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy material life. He's so powerful. He's almost God. Right? How do you expect a person who's almost God to live? Very simple. He doesn't even have his own house. He doesn't have a mortgage to pay like we do. He's very simple. His clothes are not luxurious, like I was describing. You know, he's got ash on his body. He doesn't. You know, his garland is of skulls. It's not even of flowers. And the reason that he has that, because from his perspective, from Lord Shiva's perspective, the only enjoyer is Krishna, Vishnu. And anything that comes to him, for him, he sees as it should be served or offered to Vishnu, offered to Krishna. That's his mood. He doesn't see himself as an enjoyer, even though he's almost there. Another reason that he's the hero. So he has a very beautiful wife. Actually, her name is Parvati, and she is the control of material nature herself. She is the equivalent of Durga, or she is Durga. She would sit on Lord Shiva's lap. Now, men, you may know, if a very beautiful lady just happens to sit on your lap, how would you feel? Don't have to say anything, just think about it. Even Superman got attracted to, what was her name? Lois Lane? Yeah. But Lord Shiva was able to completely control his senses. It wasn't something he had to even try. He was fully self-controlled. And there's a nice story in the Bhagavatam where Chitraketu, a friend of Lord Shiva, saw him, and having Parvati on his lap, yet not feeling disturbed at all. He was actually giving a talk, like I'm giving a talk to a number of sages. He had his wife sitting on his lap while doing that. Imagining, never mind. So, amazing, absolutely amazing. And another reason that he's a hero, third reason, is that his being how powerful he is, how much access to as much wealth he could get, yet he chooses to spend his time in crematoriums with the ghostly kinds of people of this world. And his only purpose is to elevate them, to give them the next, to bring them to the next stage of their spiritual evolvement. It's so kind. Similar to how Prabhupada would do when he came to America, when our spiritual master Prabhupada brought the message to the West. He didn't go to the fancy, uptown New York yoga studios. Rather, he went to the downtrodden, to the people that were suffering, that were addicted to drugs and, ghostly life. And Prabhupada gave his compassion to those people. Lord Shiva is similar. He actually hangs out with, God-forsaken people. Very compassionate, very kind. Now, so back to the theme. Real heroism is to conquer one's natural tendency to enjoy material life. What is the most difficult thing to control in this world? According to our great sages, our acharyas, our teachers, they describe that of all material desires, the one that is most difficult to control is the desire for fame, the desire for recognition, the desire for receiving some appreciation. So here's a quote from a book called Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami. He says, "Even if one can give up all material desires, the desire for recognition of fame is very difficult to give up." All material desires, the one that's really difficult is the desire for fame. This desire for fame, which is compared to stool, actually pig stool. So our stool may be a little better than pig stool. Well, it depends. If you have some disease, it might not be. But pig stool, that's the kind of desire, the desire for fame is in the heart. And this is the root cause of all anarthas, or all unwanted things in our life, is the desire for fame. Therefore, one should carefully avoid touching this stool-like desire for fame. Very difficult. And even if one has a lot of knowledge and is very learned, his desire for fame is challenging. Krishna in the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam, he describes, he says that this thing of desire for fame, which translates, what does that translate to our regular life? If we receive some kind of insult or disrespect, it's tough to deal with. So Krishna says, there's virtually no saintly man in this world capable of resettling his own mind after it has been disturbed by the insulting words of uncivilized men. Sharp arrows which pierce one's chest and reach the heart do not cause as much suffering as the arrows of harsh, insulting words that become lodged within the heart when spoken by uncivilized men. It's so difficult. So, real heroism, actually if you think about it, real heroism is to conquer the natural tendency to want to enjoy material life. And one of the most powerful routes to trying to enjoy material life is this wanting to be appreciated, famous and big and great and be successful. And it's challenged by harsh words, insulting words. So real heroism is not hankering to be known as a hero. That's real heroism. And Lord Shiva exhibits this. So there's a little pastime I want to share from the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam, where how Lord Shiva is faced with extreme insult. The kind of insult we might experience is probably a lot, tamer, so to speak, than what Lord Shiva experienced. So the story goes like this, that this is like in the dawn of time, back in the day, and there were great sages and the great, what's known as Prajapatis, or progenitors of mankind, that were doing this fire sacrifice. Great fire sacrifice. They wanted the welfare of the world, and so that was their purpose. A lot of great personalities were present, including the Creator himself, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva seated next to him, who's Lord Brahma's son. At least he appears as Lord Brahma's son. And then in comes this greatest, the chief progenitor, the most powerful of all of them, Daksha. The very word Daksha means expert. He walks in. And everyone, the demigods, the sages, everyone stand up to offer their respect to this powerful personality who is the Prajapati, the progenitor, the chief progenitor for mankind. And then he sees that Brahma doesn't get up. And he's okay with that because Brahma is his father. So he says, okay, father doesn't give me respect, that's fine. But next to him, Shiva, his brother, didn't get up. He didn't show him respect. He got indignant. How can that be? Not only was he his brother, Shiva was his son-in-law, because one of Daksha's daughter was Sati, and on the request of Brahma, Sati was given to Lord Shiva as a wife. So he was really upset. I'm the father-in-law, and there's no respect here? Of course, nowadays it's quite common. Mother-in-laws and father-in-laws do experience this a lot. And sometimes make a big deal out of it. Daksha made a real big deal out of it. I want to read for you how he insults Shiva. So just imagine that you're a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law, and for those of you who are not married, still imagine. Feel yourself lucky, and then imagine. Okay, so... All right. By the way, Daksha had a pre-existing prejudice against Shiva. And we'll learn a little bit later why that was. But he already had an issue with him. You know how it is sometimes when you already have an issue with someone, it just takes a little situation to trigger it, and then you get really upset. So he says, Hear ye, O Brahmanas, I don't speak this with envy, please be assured. That's how he starts. But it's only envy. Shiva has spoiled the name and fame of the governors of the universe and has polluted the path of gentle manners. Because he is shameless. He does not know how to act. I mean, he is almost God. This is how you speak. He has already accepted himself as my subordinate by marrying my daughter in the presence of fire and Brahmanas. He has married my daughter who is equal to Gayatri. I mean, she's quite qualified. And has pretended to be just like an honest person. It gets really bad. So Lord Shiva is not like this at all. I'm feeling a little bad to even say it. But I'm going to repeat it so you see the offense and the insult with which Shiva was spoken to. He has eyes like a monkey's. Yet he has married my daughter, whose eyes are just like those of a deer cub. Nevertheless, he did not stand up to receive me, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. I had no desire to give my daughter to this person who has broken all rules of civility. Because of not observing the required rules and regulations, he is impure. But I was obliged to hand over my daughter to him, just as one teaches the messages of the Vedas to a Shudra, or an unqualified person. He lives in filthy places like crematoriums, and his companions are the ghosts and demons. Naked like a madman, sometimes laughing and sometimes crying, he smears crematorium ashes all over his body. He does not bathe regularly. And he ornaments his body with a garland of skulls and bones. Therefore, only in name is he Shiva, or auspicious. Actually, he is the most mad and inauspicious creature. Holy. Thus, he is very dear to crazy beings in the gross mode of ignorance, and he is their leader. On the request of Lord Brahma, I handed over my chaste daughter to him, although he is devoid of all cleanliness, and his heart is filled with nasty things. So did you imagine you receiving that? By your father-in-law or mother-in-law or whoever? And then, not only that, then he cursed him. And he said, any of the benefits from the sacrifice, this man, or this Shiva guy, will not get. And he just walked off from the assembly. The rest of the, 6:30, right? Okay. The rest of the persons in the assembly were just wowed by this, by the explosion just happened. Shiva was peaceful. That's one of his qualities. He has extreme peace. Grave. He didn't respond. Then his followers, Nandishwara, his bull carrier, got really upset. He said, what is this nonsense? You people you've allowed Daksha to speak like that to my master? The all-auspicious Lord Shiva? All of you are going to lose your Brahma Tejas. You will lose your knowledge of scriptures in general. And this Daksha guy, he's going to lose his head and gets a goat's head. He cursed him. And in response, the other party, the sages headed by Bhrigu Muni, started to curse Lord Shiva's followers. So there was just this cursing and counter-cursing and counter-cursing. And then Lord Shiva, finally, he saw the state of affairs and said, this is a little too much. So he got up, and with some sadness, moroseness, he just walked away. Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that this walking away of Lord Shiva shows his excellent character. He did not get disturbed by the insults. What he got disturbed by was the fact that his followers and the sages were cursing and counter-cursing, and they were just going in deep pool of material energy of ignorance. He didn't like that. He was actually equal to everyone. But the fact that they were getting themselves into a very despicable situation and causing long-term damage to one another, he just walked away and asked his followers, let's go. Not out of anger, but out of feeling compassion and kindness. Scene 2. Now Shiva is seated with his wife, and they're in Kailash, in one of his abodes. And his wife sees a number of planes going by because they're all invited to this amazing party. That's how they would do it. Their parties in the dawn of time was sacrifices. So he was arranging a major yagya, a major sacrifice. And so everyone was invited except Shiva and his daughter, Sati, Shiva's wife. So Sati looks up and she sees all her sisters and other demigods. They're all flying in the airplanes, so decked out with their hair made up, and they're wearing the best ornaments. And she's feeling, I want to go. My dear husband, can you make an arrangement, please? Let's go. It's all right. Even if you're not invited, let's go. They're family. You can just walk into any family's house, right? Please, I know we've not been invited. Let's do this. I really want to go. I really, really, really want to go. See, I'm not as detached as you. You're very qualified. You're very detached. I'm not as detached. I want to go. And she was crying, please. So then Shiva starts to speak. And he says a number of things, but one of the things he says, few of the things he says was, see, what you said is true. Generally going to the house of a family or a relative or a friend, you don't need an invitation. Except when the family or when the family member or the friend has some feeling of anger towards you, that's not a good place to go. In fact, if you go there, you'll become so sorry that you're my wife. Some people who go to such situations in a household where there's some anger or envy, they even commit suicide. Don't go. At least my recommendation is not to go. And then he starts to explain to her, Daksha, her father's mentality. See, Shiva is equal to everyone. He wasn't having in his heart some kind of animosity or envy towards Daksha. But he understood the nature of Daksha. He said, Daksha, he's been appointed as the chief progenitor. He's been appointed in a position that has inflamed his pride. And the nature of this world is when you have the fruits of piety, when you've got some good things going in your life, either wealth, education, a good partner, a nice house, a good job, a career prospect. You have these things in your life, naturally or by the forces of material nature, one becomes succumb to pride. And he's proud. And the second thing that he explains about Daksha is that Daksha is working with false ego. He's identifying with the body very strongly. He thinks he's the great person. And because of that, he's very distressed, actually. You see? Shiva is able to see the issue, the problem that Daksha is experiencing. And the surface issue is Daksha throws out these words of insult to Shiva. He says that Daksha is actually experiencing distress. Distress mentally, because he's trying to make things more his. He's trying to be God. He's trying to be an enjoyer when it's not his real position. And he's sensually disturbed, mentally and sensually disturbed. Because of that, when he sees someone like me, I'm a self-realized soul. He sees someone like me who's very content. He becomes envious. That's his nature. Don't go. And then he also explains to his wife why he did not stand up, right? When Daksha walked into the assembly, he says that actually obeisances or respect, when we offer respect to one another in family situations or social situations, the respect actually is going to Krishna or the super soul within the heart. And since my thought is already on God, on Krishna, I didn't need to offer that respect to Krishna within his heart. I was above that. It was not something I needed to do. So he explained that too. Then finally his wife, she heard him. Then she started pacing back and forth, inside the room, outside the room, inside the room, disturbed, didn't know what to do. Here's the other beauty of Lord Shiva as a hero, right? He didn't try to control his wife. He gave her full, whatever you like to do. And then she said, I'm going. She started to run away before Lord Shiva could catch her. She started to run away. So Shiva asked his followers, go with her. I don't want her to go alone. So he sent. He didn't have any, disturbed feelings about his wife going against his advice. She went to her father's place. Her mother and her sisters welcomed her, but nobody else welcomed her. Father didn't say a word to her. She saw in the fire sacrifice that there was no offerings for Lord Shiva, which is generally given to all demigods. She got so upset. So upset. She was seething with anger. And she told her father that, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Lord Shiva is the most peaceful, most non-envious person in this world, equal to everyone, and you have offended him. He finds the best of even in the worst people, and you find the worst in even the best person. I don't have anything to do with you. In fact, if a person has drunk poison, the best thing to do is immediately vomit. So I have drunk poison by connecting, my body is connected with you, I'm going to give up my body. She sat down in a yogic posture. Everybody is, focused on her. What's she going to do? What's she going to do? So she lifted a chakra from the bottom of her body up to her, all the way up to the head of her body, and burst into flames. She had that yogic power. She committed suicide. And the story goes on. But very briefly, I'm sure some other speakers may cover a little bit, but when Narada informed Shiva that your wife has died, she killed herself, Lord Shiva got really upset. For himself, he wasn't upset. But for a devotee, for his wife, Sati, he got really upset. He created this big demon called Veerabhadra who created havoc and ultimately chopped off the head of Daksha. And then later, he got another head and became a goat's head and so on and so forth. But, so circling back to the theme, real heroism is to conquer the natural tendency to enjoy material life. And Lord Shiva is a powerful hero to exhibit that quality for us. He can really inspire us in our journey to find ourselves and to achieve spiritual perfection. For us practically, we're not like him. We can't hope to be like him, but we can hope to be inspired by him and do what he does. One of the things that he does is meditating on Vishnu. So we constantly, when you see a picture of Shiva, usually it's him meditating, and he's meditating on Krishna. In our process of meditation is to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And the other thing that Lord Shiva, there's a nice section in the 4th canto, where Lord Shiva shares his prayers to Krishna, his prayers to God, to the Prachetas. Very beautiful set of prayers. And at the end of his prayers, one of his concluding messages is that Lord Shiva also prays, I wish to be in the association of advanced souls. Lord Shiva prays, I wish to be in the association of devotees. So these two things, for us to get some strength to be a hero, that is to internal hero, to conquer the natural tendency to enjoy material life, these two things are extremely powerful. Chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, done sincerely and with deep intention from the heart, and associating as much as we can with devotees or with souls who are advanced on the spiritual path. Okay, so I will end with that. Lord Shiva ki jai. I think we have 5 minutes for questions, comments, thoughts that you'd like to share. Yes, Prabhuji.
First of all, you've narrated the pastime very, very nicely. I had a mental picture of what was going on, so thank you for that. I was sharing with you earlier that Lord Shiva is one of my heroes, and I really appreciate who he is and what he can benedict us with. I particularly like the Swabhava Vijaya Shauryam because one of the, I guess, other meanings of Swabhava Vijaya is one who can conquer their conditioned nature. Now when someone says for one to be a hero you have to be a great warrior, then many or all of us are disqualified. We can never be one. Or you have to be like MJ, be like Mike. I know for sure I can't. So for me, then heroism sort of is out of my reach. However, Krishna's definition is the opportunity for everyone in this room and anywhere else to be their own heroes, because to overcome one's own conditioned nature, although difficult, possible by Krishna's grace, but everyone can be a hero. And so that's what I'm taking with me. I appreciate that point that you made. Thank you.
Amara Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for the class. Prabhu, I had one question dwelling in my mind when you explained that pastime, when Nandishwara was cursing and then Bhrigu Muni was cursing, and this whole thing was going on, and Lord Shiva got like upset, or in other words, maybe compassionate.
The verse specifically says he became morose.
Morose.
Yeah. In the sense that he was disappointed that the great sages and his followers degraded to that kind of activity.
Right. Mm-hmm. So for my personal application, I'm asking, like when I see such situations, I feel like helping the situation.
Great sages and your followers?
No. Like any kind of assembly, to say, okay. Just for personal application, I'm asking. I mean, I feel like, oh, so degraded values and they need to be helped, or something should be done here.
Yeah.
So Lord Shiva is on such a high platform, but I mean, it didn't sink in that he just walked away. So if you could shed some light on that.
Why did he walk away as opposed to, hey, stop guys, calm down, let's work this out? That kind of thing? Is that what you're thinking?
No, maybe because he is almost God. I mean, people are looking at him. I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling that.
What do you think he should have done? What advice would you give him?
Prabhu.
I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm trying to understand your question.
For my personal application, like, probably, is it something like I'm trying to take that position or something, or?
Every situation how we act in different situations will depend on the situation, time, place, and circumstance, our own qualifications, our relationships with the people that are involved in the situation. There's so many factors that go into such a consideration that we shouldn't look at Lord Shiva's example and then make the conclusion that every time people are fighting, we walk away, morose.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the application. The application rather should be stepping back and considering what would be best for others, and not getting emotionally invested in mode of ignorance exhibition by uncivilized either persons or just the behavior itself. So the application should be thoughtfulness and kindness in those kind of challenging situations. And how that is addressed is very much dependent on the situation, and so many factors that go into it. One easy thing to do, or appropriate thing to do, is to not react first, not to immediately do something. Rather, we can take a step back, seek some counsel from Super Soul within, and likely if we don't have that kind of connection, then to seek guidance from Scripture or from elevated souls who can guide us. This particular circumstance, here's the situation, how would you recommend I act? Now Shiva was very elevated, or is very elevated, so his act was perfect, and that's the kind of Shiva. For us, we might need some help. to see how best to respond to such a situation. It may be best to not do anything. It may be best to say something. It may be best to say something much later. It may be best to take just one party aside and talk to them. It may be best to stand and say, stop. Stop.
Thank you, Guru. That helps.
All right, I think time's up, right? Okay. Maybe we can talk after? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Shiva ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Yamuna Jivan Prabhu, for the beautiful introduction of Lord Shiva. For those of you that are here for the very first time, we have a small gift for you at the guest services table in the lobby. Also, if you're not familiar, dinner is served through these double doors and up the top of the stairs. And please come down quickly. We have musical meditation or kirtan from now until 8 p.m. Hare Krishna.
पादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। get a new harmonium? Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gandha Asani Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Hi.
Okay. It's working, I can tell. Haribo. Haribo.
Armand, you're going to sit and chant seriously for the pleasure of Kishore Kishore, then you can sit here. Otherwise, you can get going. You understand, Armand?
What do you mean? What do you mean this one? What do you mean this one?
I can't take the next step down, so just bust me back. Take me back. Adam, I need to go back. That's like stand up to sing it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Om. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Double time effort.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare. Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo, Nitago, Haribo. Hari 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 Hiro, Haribo, Haribo, Nitago, Haribo. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Right now?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I told him to. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
That's going to be too high.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Sing the second word.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Sing some. Gaur Premanande!